Hello everyone. So I wanted to do a review of this model. I just finished this the other day, and yeah, this is the Moebius Battlestar Galactica, the real Battlestar Galactica. I think it's 4,105th scale. It's some crazy scale. But yeah, I didn't even think to I didn't even think to measure it. Let's see here. Yeah, it's about 17 and a half inches long. And the model is, I think, great. For a mass-produced model kit from Moebius, it's pretty damn good. I can only imagine what this thing would have looked like if Bondi would have made it. It would have looked amazing. But for a Moebius model, it's pretty good. I had some real problems with the fit of a lot of the parts, though. I was at my local hobby shop the other day, and I was talking with someone who works there. We talk often whenever I'm in there, and he said, well, so all Moebius kits have fit issues, and looking at them and remembering all the ones that I've built, yeah, they all do. So this part down here, yeah, I don't know if you can see the gap in there, but there's a decent sized gap on this side of it. I could not get it to snap in place, so it's off a little bit, and I don't know if it's a result of that, but one of the launch bays is slightly crooked. And the launch bays, they have the arms there holding them. There are pretty sizable gaps in here, and I've seen that not just on mine but on other people's build-ups of this kit. So it's not just me. So that was a really problematic thing. And then a lot of these other parts, you have to really force them into place. And I think if a kid were building this, they might have difficulty, But yeah. So it was a little frustrating in that area. So there are decals, Galactica here, and then the red striping. Some of the striping I did with paint. I used Insignia Red for the paint. Excuse me. But most of the striping is decals. And these ones, of course, up here are the most difficult. I had to use a lot of setting solution to get those to lay down, flat, and to go over the ribbing here on the front. Very problematic. And it took me a couple of hours to make those fit, all of them, because there are 4 of them with 2 on the bottom, 1 on the bottom of each landing bay. The paint is Tamiya. It's just rattle can paints. In the instructions they tell you to use gray primer and then do a light coat of white over that. And so I did Tamiya gray primer in the can, spray can, and Tamiya white primer over that. And it looks really blown out here, you know, because it has direct light on it, but it's actually, it looks like the pictures that I have of the actual filming model. So, and one interesting thing about this ship is that, well, one, it looks like, you know, looks like an alligator, you know, but beyond that, despite the Vipers in the show being weathered to some extent, the Galactica herself was not weathered. So, yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting. I thought for sure it would be, you know, because this show came out in the wake of Star Wars, and every ship in Star Wars is weathered, in some cases to an extreme degree. But no weathering on this. The only weathering that I found in the pictures that I have is inside the engines. And so, probably won't, you can't really see it. But when this part back here, it fits really nice and snug without glue. And so I painted the whole model with this part in there, and then I took it out and I taped it all off, and then I left the back of the engine areas open without the clear part in there. And I just did some, because I don't have an airbrush, I did some light coats of NATO black, and so, you know, you look at the clear parts, and just on the outside of them, there's a kind of misting of black, like you know, like scorch marks in the engine, and it looks nice. So yeah, I thought that technique worked well. And again, that's really the only weathering that was on the actual filming model. So yeah, I had watched other reviews of this kit. This kit's been out for a while, but I noticed they have a little insert that goes in here, and it's actually printed on the box, and you cut it out and glue it in the pods here. On these other reviews, they said that they couldn't really see it, and so I didn't put those in there. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have put them in there, because despite having paint on it, it still will show light through the plastic and through the paint, and so you can see in there. I could see in there, and it's just bare plastic, you know, hollow plastic all the way through. So yeah, if you're building this model and if you don't intend to paint it, I would put those things in there anyway, just so it doesn't have that model kit look to it. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's just white, a little bit of insignia red on to replicate some of the striping, and then I used flat yellow. I did dull coat the whole model, and then I put flat yellow over it to represent the windows. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, as far as comparing it to the old monogram, I mean, you know, it's no contest. This is just a better, more accurate model. And I keep hearing different reports from different sources about Moebius models because they were bought up by another model kit company. And I've heard that Moebius lost the license to Battlestar Galactica. I don't know, the veracity of those claims, but I know that a lot of their BSG models are now discontinued. So I had to pay a premium for this, and if you haven't gotten one yet and you want one, and you've been putting it off, you might want to go and get one now, because it may not be around forever. So, yeah. I will say that this one is, despite the deficiencies, it is straighter than the Galactica from the new series. That one is like bananaed, like the front of it goes up, and it's just, yeah. Moebius has a real problem with making models that have parts that fit. They could all take every model kit company could take a lesson from Bondi, That's how you make a model. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, would I recommend it? Yeah, if you like the original Battlestar Galactica. I have the Viper here. I didn't paint this, I just built it in these decals. These decals are awful. But, it's nice to have the two main ships. I would have loved to have gotten the Cylon Raider, but it was just too big. I mean, it's just too big for my space, so, yeah. I guess that's it. I don't think I've left anything out. Yeah. So, that's my review of this model kit. Yeah. Hope you found this informative or entertaining.